Hi, welcome to another episode of Cards and Textbooks Navigating Life in College, where we delve into complexities of college life, relationships, and everything in between. I'm your host, Jerome, and together I'm with my co-host, and I am thrilled to have you join us today as we embark on an insightful exploration of the world of dating and relationships from the perspective of college students, together with me. Whether you're navigating the exciting journey of young love, seeking advice on balancing academics and romance, you're in thought-provoking discussion. For today's episode, we are glad to welcome the presence of our guest, starting from
I'm Nancy Garcia. I'll be with you soon up here.
Mr. Doe,
John Rafael.
Jaime Danilo, P.S. Gutierrez.
Okay, now let's go to our first question. Have you been in a relationship? If you would rate it from 1 to 10, how is it? I'll first share my experience before my guest would share what their insights about the first question. For my answering the first question, if I've been in a relationship, I would say no, and because I just been in just a situationship. And if I would rate it from 1 to 10, I would just rate it from 5 because all of them were unsuccessful and kind of boring somehow. Now let's take our guess if the initial thoughts about our first question. How about you, Liza?
I think our relationship right now, and if I will rate it, I think it's not 10 because I think I deserve it.
Okay, let's go. How about you?
For my personal experience, it's 9 because no one should be perfect. That's all. I think in relationship, and I think I rate it as 8 over 10 because at first we were happy, we're happy together, we're okay. But as time goes by, our relationship becomes toxic. And one thing I learned in my past relationship is don't be attached too much because everything can change.
How about you?
I've been in a relationship before, but back in high school, I think. We didn't make it. You don't make it long, so I will make it 4 hours. I think there's a feeling for the that's why.
How about you? Unfortunately, I have not been in a relationship with. Okay. Last guy, how about you?
If I rate it, let's say 5 over 10, because of the problem
Okay, now let's move on to our second question. Second question, or next question. As a college student, how's your dating experience? Me as a college student, my dating experience so far is not quite good, but end up that I'm focusing on myself rather than focusing finding someone that will fit in my relationship status. How about you? How's your dating experience so far as a college?
As a college student, it's hard because you're doing
Academically, you are
Right.
some task that you are not able to handle your relationship because of the business.
Yeah, that's right. Because now in college, it is more crucial for us to stay focused in our academics rather than stay focused on nonsense things like reading and some sort of things. How about you, Liza?
In my experience, it's good. I feel lighter because, for example, I'm tired because of schoolworks like that. I have someone to tell my rights like that.
Okay. So we've already heard our guest insights about their college dating experience. Now let's dig into our next question. What are some unique challenges that they face in comes to dating and relationship? Me personally, the challenges that I face in dating and relationship is when you two have different humors and different time schedules because it's quite hard to reach to everyone when we do have different set of schedules and it's kind of difficult for us to keep in touch or to stay in touch with one another. Okay, now let's hear our guest. How about you, Christian? What are some of the challenges that you face in dating?
Challenges that I face is, I'm not the one before. She's dominant and know how to play games.
Okay. So, it is clear that dating in college comes with its own set of hurdles. Now let's examine how external factors such as social media influence someone's dating and relationship. Now let's begin to a set of questions that will be guided us by our co-host, Jim.
How does social media influence the way you approach dating and forming romantic connections? In my experience, social media impacts people's attitude toward their relationships because there are many lovely things that appear to be done by those relationships that we can see through the many social media platforms that we use on a daily basis.
From my perspective, social media influence the way I approach dating and relationship because it's kind of hard for me to see dating and be in a relationship. Like when someone friends are requesting me as a friend of them in social media, like I just optimistic like so that they would not furthermore encourage their goal in when it comes to dating me or approaching to me. How about you guys?
Well, in this generation, we know that most of people have been into social media. And on the way their conversation is not making because almost of them don't even go not doing the interaction happen and you don't know how physical appearance you don't know the visual appearance. But for those people who choosing to look someone like that.
Like it's kind of risky now when you see dating in honesty because you don't ensure the people that you're talking to know. Like they post
don't know.
something. Like maybe some catfish or maybe they're pretending to be someone.
Yes.
Now let's begin to our next question. How do academic pressures and career aspirations impact your dating life of college students? Me personally, when it comes to me like a student that more focused on academic goals like as a scholar and also academic pressures by my parents, I tend to be more focused in one thing because as early people said that if you put yourself into obligations, one must let go and you must be focused on just one thing. And for me, I am more focused academically rather than putting myself in a relationship. That's it.
Balancing academics, extracurriculars, and dating can be overwhelming. Now let's discuss strategies for managing these priorities, broadening our focus to include practical insights for navigating the intensity of marriage.
Moving on to that, now let's begin to our next question. Do you guys set your standards high when it comes to dating and why? Who would like to share their
For me, yes, because it allows you to prioritize your own well-being and happiness, and it helps ensure that you are entering into a relationship that aligns with your values, goals, and expectations.
I myself, yes, it is really good that we set our standards high when it comes to relationship because it is not what we call being choosy in a relationship, but it is just setting ourselves to fit in a relationship that would really is worth it and the best for our experience.
Yeah, of course I have standards because I know myself and that I know I can provide and I can prevent a person from like that. That's why I have high standards.
Anyone else? Okay. It is very well said to our guest. in their thoughts in our previous question. Now let's begin to our final and very important question. What are some pieces of advice that you guys would give us today or would share to our episode that would reflect everyone or that would reflect our listeners or our streamers to their relationship and daily life?
For me, my piece of advice is don't set yourself for the best. There's so many factors within that relationships, like community, what you feel, tell your partner what's bothering you, and the expression of yourself.
For me, spend quality time face to face. If you continue to look and listen in the same attentive ways, you can sustain the falling in love or over the long term.
For me, is simple. Be loyal. Be loyal. That's it.
For me, the relationship is learn how to communicate. Because all the problems, issues, you and your partner is gonna be solved using communication.
The piece of advice that I would like to share to you guys is that don't put yourself in the desire to be in a relationship, because when you put yourself in a desire to be in a relationship, it is not worth it, or you're just putting yourself in a risk that being a partner just to be in a relationship that we call.
A piece of advice that I can give to be in a healthy relationship is always understand each other. And like Luke said, communication is the best way to solve your problems. The piece of advice that I will share is be there for your partner emotionally and offer support and validate their needs.
And a piece of advice that I would tell is reassuring your partner when you're having a bad day or when you're going through something, because it's better to over-communicate than to under-communicate.
It is very well said to our guests that they share their pieces of advice that will help us gain more insight in putting ourselves in dating and relationship. It is glad to hear our guests' perspective in our set of questions that we provided in our today's episode. Before we conclude, let's hear some expert advice on maintaining healthy relationship, expanding our discourse to encompass the wealth of wisdom and insights from seasoned professionals in this field.
Now, we're thrilled to welcome Dan Porfeldonia, a researcher specializing in young adult relationship, to share his insights on fostering healthy relationship in college.
Now let's give the floor to our special guest, John Paul Feldon.
First that we need to understand is ourselves. Like, when we are about to begin when dating someone, we are about to date someone, ask ourselves, get to know ourselves first. Like, am I ready to date this person? Like, am I ready to accept his flaws or something? Am I ready to understand everything about him? If not, don't do it. You must focus on yourself. But since we're talking about maintaining healthy relationship, no? And first, we all know that there are 4 categories and principles in relationship. First is loyalty. Second is, don't know that honesty, of course, commitment, and of course, being passionate with each other. So now that we remember that 4 principles, there is something that we need to do when we are in a relationship. First is put in the work. What I mean that put in the work, let's say this. We're not doing a relationship for fun, right? We are looking for someone to become our, potential husband and wife. That is the purpose of dating. Yes?
Yeah.
And of course, second is we need to is communication with each other. There is no perfect relationship, of course. We do commit mistake, of course, when human beings, and all you need to do is know how to communicate with each other. Listen, learn to listen, and of course, to talk your things that you need to make some solution. after for your continuous education.
Yeah, it is very well said, Mr. Jumbo. Like, I remember some instances that a lot of us nowadays that seeking a relationship just because for the sake that to be a flex that they were in a relationship, not for the sake of finalizing your or fixing your dating and relationship for the best that it will happen. Because a lot of us nowadays that they tend to change or they tend to change gradually partners when it comes in approaching themselves in the relationship, and others may tend to not to be finalized with their or they're not sure about their final steps when it comes to dating. Like they just accept that they are in that state and they don't finalize everything that would benefit them as time goes
Yes.
by.
And most importantly, that we need to remember is that being understandable, have this attitude of being understandable, understand each other. And of course, as we continue, as our last one, we need to reflect, we need to learn and reflect our mistakes in order for us to maintain a healthy relationship. As Woody Allen once said, novelist, that to love is to suffer. So, you know that there's the relationship that we have experienced of you are not perfect. So, yes, to love is to suffer, we need to accept loss, we need to understand each other, we need to communicate with each other. So, in order for us to maintain the relationship that we desire. So, that's it. Thank you for that.
Thank you very well said, Mr. John Paul. I remember what my friend said to me that it is not a worth-it relationship when it is your desire to be part of it. So when seeking someone or seeking a partner, you should be sure or finalizing them so that your relationship would be healthy and would be better. Okay, now let's another episode done of our Hearts and Life Books. It is glad that we hear the insights of our guests together with our expert guests, their insights in our today's episode, Navigating Love in College. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the intricacies of dating and relationships in college. Remember, whether you're navigating the highs or lows of love, understanding yourself and setting a healthy boundaries to each other is the key to fostering meaningful connections rather. Until the next time, stay tuned to us and curious and keep exploring life adventures. That's it for today's episode. Thank you.